My dear students, welcome back to my YouTube English channel, English with Malik Sir. In the previous classes, we have discussed about very vividly in connection with the importance of spoken English, the nature of spoken English, and aspects of spoken English. Side by side, we have also discussed the advantages of spoken English. It is because mostly due to the importance of spoken English as a global language, as a language of internet and a language of trade and commerce, a language of science and technology, a language of judiciary, a language of international national integration, a window language, and side by side a library language. Therefore, the significance of English is rising day by day in the global communication also. Yes, so it is very natural that how English has been an international or global language today. Non-English speaking countries, naturally parents are interested to send their children to English medium schools. It is because they want to establish their children as the valuable resources of our nation and the world. Therefore, many students are taking interest to speak English. This is not a magic. This can be possible, but whenever we are interested to learn English, then we have to prepare ourselves accordingly. Number of guidelines or that is what called useful tips are there, so that we can easily learn how to speak English fluently, confidently, and freely. Yes, then how? Here in this section, we are going to discuss about some useful tips for speaking English fluently. The first speech here we find that is self-interest. Here we find self-interest or self-motivation. Yes, this is very interesting factor. Whenever we encourage ourselves, we are motivated, then definitely we can speak English fluently. This is what you call self-motivation, self-interest. Yes, without interest, naturally interest is the first step for learning everything. Without ardent interest, I mean keen interest, it is not possible on the part of students to speak English fluently. Therefore, the first and foremost requirement is self-interest. The more we take interest, the more we can speak English properly. And self-interest definitely indicates our self-motivation. It means I can also speak English properly. That is, I can. Yes, you see, this sort of motivation is very self-motivation is very important requirement for speaking English fluently. Yes, and this plays a very crucial role in English language learning. This is the first step, naturally the first step. Self-interest is the first step for speaking English fluently and confidently. Yes. Right. And now when a learner is genuinely interested, whenever a learner is genuinely interested in learning English, naturally very important factor, genuinely interested. It means if you are very interested definitely in learning English with strong desire, in the sense strong willpower. There is a very interesting factor that willpower is very essential. Willpower, that is what you call desire for learning English and speaking English. Yes, strong desire. He can definitely improve his learning process. Yes, learning process, set goals, plan his learning activities, and evaluate his progress. Yes. So this is requirement of self-interest. If you are interested in learning and speaking English fluently, then you have to very long. This is you have to create your learning process. How I will grasp a number of vocabulary, new words every day, phrases, sentences. Yes, all these structure, all these can easily be known. I think you can also accumulate whenever you are interested. Yes, that is important. Learning activities and evaluate the process in the sense you can also judge yourself and whether you are in a position to speak English or not. This is a very interesting factor to remember that self-interest or self-motivation is the first and foremost requirement for learning and speaking English. Behave like a student of English. Yes, you are a student of English, not English student. English student means the student who is born and brought up in England or English atmosphere, whose first language is English. But whenever our first language is our mother tongue and our second language is English, we are therefore a student of English. Yes, this is the difference in between English student and a student of English. Okay, with his self-interest and motivation. So this is therefore the most important factor. Without self-interest, without motivation, nothing best can be achieved in the sphere of speaking English. Yes. Now come the next idea. Ask questions. Ask questions. You see, listen, very interesting factor. We will discuss it in subsequent classes. Question making, asking question is a very good method because it opens the doors of what? Knowing something more and more. So ask questions because this is a very good method of learning a lot and try to solve your own problems naturally. We can solve our own problems because whenever we want to know what is what, then definitely the learning becomes easier and we can easily know what is what. And yes, that's why this is very interesting factor so that we can solve our own problems ourselves. Yes. If required, ask your favorite teacher naturally to get doubt corrected time to time. Yes, this is also a very interesting factor. Therefore, students are advised to prepare themselves with self-interest and self-motivation. If in the process of learning and speaking English, you feel difficult, then you can take the help of your favorite teacher and they can also guide you in a proper manner so that you can speak English fluently. Now the next idea, don't mind about criticism of others. Yes, this is also very interesting factor, criticism of others. You see, listen, don't mind whenever you have committed a mistake. Yes, and this is very natural because error is human, but that error provides us opportunity in learning a lot. Hence, don't worry whenever you have committed any mistake and somebody criticizes you. Start talking English with your parents because parents, friends, teachers in your real life situation because they are our very closely related persons. Naturally, family is the first school of good citizenship. Parents are our first teachers. and the other senior members of the family also guide us in a better manner. Therefore, family is the first training ground of good citizenship, a cradle of civic virtue. Hence, be confident that they can help you. The educated parents can help their children the most in this connection. Therefore, don't worry any asking questions about any matter to your parents, and yes, discuss with your friends because they are very near to you, and also whenever you are in the school, ask your teachers. Yes, therefore, here parents, teachers are suggested again to encourage and provide opportunities. Yes, naturally, it is the most important duty of parents today that they should know about the value of English, number one, and as we said, create opportunities. Both parents and teachers should create such an environment in which students can easily learn English. Yes, therefore, sending to the English medium school, the duty is not over. We have to take interest in how our children can learn English and speak English properly. That should be taken into account. Again, and children to practice their spoken English in real life application. You see, this is also very important factor. What do you mean real life? Naturally, whenever we deal with a number of persons in our day-to-day activities, that is the best field of application of what we have learnt. We can apply it and enjoy the charm of learning by speaking fluently before others at the time of need, so that we can also solve our day-to-day problems. Okay? Yes. Now come the other idea, that is self-confidence. You see, self-confidence, it means हम किसी से कम नहीं, मुझ में कुछ है. It means I am also a good student. I can also speak English properly and confidently. Then self-confidence develops self-learning, avoids fear, shyness, and makes a learner feel free. And yes, learner feel free. Naturally, you can feel free. You can feel confident whenever you are self-confident. That helps also in self-learning, avoiding fear, shyness, and makes us feel free. This is very important requirement. That self-interest, self-motivation, self-interest, and here self-confidence. This is also the second most important step for learning English, speaking English fluently. Yes. Now come here we find learners who have high level of self-confidence. Again, high level of self. It means the more your confidence level higher, definitely the more you can create, that is what called magic in the sphere of speaking English fluently. Yes, that high level of self-confidence is highly necessary, that I can speak English fluently and confidently. This is the self-confidence, and yes, here, and learners who have high level of self-confidence overcome fear and learn better. Pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar skills which are essential for effective communication in English. Yes, naturally, whenever our level of confidence rises, definitely we can learn a number of words, a number of phrases, and remember number of rules of grammar and apply in our day-to-day life. That depends upon our self-confidence. I can do all this. Yes, and therefore here we find self-confidence allows public speaker. Naturally, you must have seen public speakers speak a lot with a clarity. It is because they are developed, they have developed their self-confidence, therefore they are able enough in speaking a lot with clarity, with self-confidence. Yes, and therefore their speech touches our heart. Yes, our hearts. Next, there is a well-known proverb, where there is a will, there is a way. This is what is a very important and factor in our life. Not only speaking English, but all the field of activities, we apply this rule. Where there is a will, there is a way. It means whenever our willpower is strong and we have mentally decided that we can speak English perfectly, then definitely the goal is very nearer. Yes, this is therefore the most important factor, strong willpower. Where there is a will, there is a way. It means if someone is truly motivated with willpower, it's a Shakti. And that is a very important factor. They will definitely find a way achieve success. Therefore here, develop positive spirit. That it means yes, there is no question of no. Always say yes. Never say no in this case. And here develop a positive spirit or willingness that I can speak English fluently. And yes, that is very important factor, that strong willpower and positive spirit. Yes, another, believe in yourself. Yes, never think that you are unable in speaking English. Think that I can definitely speak English properly. This positive belief in yourself and changing your mindset. Just change your mindset. It means avoid your fearness, shyness, and now feel confident that you can speak English properly. And that changing mindset is very important for speaking English properly. Okay? The third point in this connection, zest. Yes, zest or enthusiasm for English. Yes, it is very natural. Thirst for learning. That is zest or enthusiasm is equal to thirst. It means desire for learning. In other words, we can say love for learning. Love for learning is very important. There is a very good saying in Sanskrit that Shraddhavan lavate jnanam. In the sense, the person having Shraddha, it means love or enthusiasm, and that person can easily learn English and speak English fluently. Yes, and therefore, zest or enthusiasm, that is what ardent interest or love for English, makes English learning easier. Therefore, my dear students, develop your, that is what you call the level of interest, level of love for learning English. Yes, love English as a funny language for your personal, academic, professional development. Yes, it is very natural. We have to love English, not as an ordinary language, but as a global language. We have to respect that language. Then we can definitely take interest in learning and speaking that language properly. And hence, because this language will help us personally, it means our personal growth can be possible through English. Number one, our academic academic spheres, we can excel with English. And side by side, after academic, then whenever we get any engagement in any profession, in our professional field also, we feel the necessity of speaking English fluently. Yes, in every field of activities, we can speak English fluently in our day-to-day activities, and also earn name and fame, money, and yes, therefore we can live confidently as one among others in society. Therefore, it is very necessary that we have to develop our love and thirst for learning English. That is definitely helpful for us in speaking English fluently. Yes, enjoy learning more and more in English. Naturally, speaking English is not usually possible in a day or two. Therefore, my dear students, try your best to accumulate the small, that is what I call, the few words, few phrases, few sentences gradually, so that they will come. You will definitely speak English properly. Yes. And the other idea, that is human brain. Yes, this is very natural. Human brain is a powerful software, naturally a powerful software. Yes, or supercomputer, or thousands of GB, means gigabyte. That is very called. Here we find the matter that gigabyte means digital information in storage in computer. That is gigabyte, GB, gigabyte. You see, this is what we call gigabyte, GB. Yes, and here that keeps unlimited words and rules in our memory. Yes, it is very natural. Our brain is created by nature, God, and that is a supercomputer. Yes, if we activate it, then definitely we can accumulate or gather lot of knowledge in our brain, and that knowledge will be helpful in our different activities, particularly in this sphere, that is in the sphere of speaking and writing. Therefore, just activate your brain. You are not inferior. You are not ordinary person. You have an extraordinary quality. Then try to understand yourself and apply your the two skills, that is listening and reading skills, through which you can accumulate knowledge and store knowledge in your brain, and that knowledge will be helpful in speaking and writing. Am I clear? This is the magic of learning and speaking English. Yes, and here we find that memory cells when we enjoy our self-involvement. Naturally, self-involvement, therefore, is the most important factor. We should love ourselves. We should be a friend of ourselves, a teacher of ourselves. Definitely, whenever we become our teacher and we are self-guided, then you can definitely achieve whatever you like in your life, and this is therefore very important factor. My dear students, I am going to conclude. It to be continued means this the feedback section, in a sense that the tips or guidelines for speaking English fluently will be continued, and because a number of interesting factors I have given here, only 3 important tips. The rest tips, 15 tips are there that will helpful you in preparing yourself in learning and speaking English properly. Yes. With this, I conclude this session. My dear students, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, subscribe and like it, and also share this video to your nearers, dearers and friends so that they will also enjoy the matter and read the video, listen the video from beginning to the end, apply in your day-to-day life, then you will definitely enjoy speaking English properly. Thank you for being with me. Wishing you a happy and healthy nice day. See you in the next class. Bye. Till then.